hello everyone. Welcome to the messaging led engagement, the new frontline of customer experience webinar. I am your host, Angel, and I'm excited to dive deep into some meaningful conversations for today's webinar. As we look across Southeast Asia and Australia, we see consumers moving beyond traditional ads and emails toward real time, two-way interactions that feel more human and personal. And with 2026 just around the corner, messaging is becoming the central to this shift, redefining how brands today connect with other audiences. Over the next hour, we'll delve into a keynote presentation exploring the intersection of conversational marketing and omnichannel commerce. At the same time, we will be hearing from renowned industry leaders joining our panel discussion all the way from India, Malaysia, the Philippines, and Singapore. We're also glad to be hosting this very timely and interesting webinar with support from our partner, Proximus Global. Proximus Global is a technology solutions provider driving business growth through AI, digital transformation, and integrated strategies. So I am so sure that you are all excited. But before we fully jump into our agenda today, I really want to hear your thoughts first. So let's have a quick poll for everyone. So the question is, can automated messages ever feel personal to customers? Is it a yes or a no? So a lot of you are still thinking, so no pressure. Go ahead, vote according to your honest reaction. So do you see chat as game changer, or do you think it's a nice to have? So you have a few more seconds to answer the poll. Please don't miss your chance. We're very excited to know what you think. This will also help our discussion for the following minutes. All right, so there we have it. Looks like we have our top answer for today. So it's very close. We only have 44% and 56%. And the top answer is no. So automated messages sometimes don't feel personal to customers. So that's really interesting, and it aligns with what we see across the industry. So thank you so much everyone for your participation. Before we officially start, let me just remind you of a few basic house rules for today. Your microphones are muted throughout the webinar, but we'd love to hear from you in the chat and encourage you to post any questions in the Q&A chat box below. So be sure to upvote questions that you want to hear answered, as those will be prioritized during our Q&A session. All right, so now let's not keep you waiting and dive straight into our first session titled Future Talk, where conversational marketing meets omni-channel commerce. In this session, we will explore how conversational marketing through messaging apps is helping Asia Pacific brands create one-to-one trust-building interactions and transform the customer journey. Our speaker is a results-driven product lead who turns strategy, roadmaps, and analytics to elevate user engagement into measurable impact. Let's welcome the General Manager Product of Proximus Global, Trinette de Lima, for her presentation. So, Trinette, before we start, can you share one fun fact about you?
Okay, one fun me. I have visited multiple countries, and I love traveling, exploring the world. I think with that, I also experience how communication has been across different countries. Communication has been happening on these omni-channel platforms. So I think with traveling, I also get to experience how these experiences on omni-channel also works.
Perfect. So before I give you the floor, also, just to warm up the presentation that we'll be having today, I would like to ask you one question. Can you share the last time you messaged a brand online and what led you to reach out? And share us, how did it go?
When did I message? Okay, so I received I think I keep receiving messages even today from different brands. But when did I message the brand is to do my bill payment of my mobile. So I had to interact with the brand and pay my bill online. So in India, we have online payments on WhatsApp as well. So you can do payments on WhatsApp, not on WhatsApp native pay, but it's like a redirection which you can put in your credit card or debit card details, and it happens on WhatsApp. So everything is very seamless back in India with regards to payment. Although is releasing and trying for different other Singapore, Brazil. So I think slowly once this picks up, I think we'll have elsewhere as well.
Wow, that's very very interesting. It's the first time for me to hear that. So to expand further on that perspective, the floor is now yours, Trinette.
Okay. Thank you, Angel. So, thank you for joining in, everybody. I think we have a good group of people joined in from different industries. Plus, we have our lovely panelists from different sectors as well. So, what I'm going to talk about is how conversational marketing is basically meeting our omnichannel products, mainly the WhatsApp business platform here. Although different regions have different platforms, but I think in the APAC region and in this region, like Indonesia, Malaysia, all of these regions, I think WhatsApp business platform leads the omni-channel sector. So I will talk about a little about the introduction of the company I come from, how messaging channels have changed over different regions, and the market trends that's happening for WhatsApp business. Additionally, I think there are two additional features which I would like to focus on during this presentation is the Lite and WhatsApp calling. Lite is more a marketing light message introduced by Meta. Uh, Meta is shifting focus from the normal marketing messages to this marketing light messages. The only reason being Meta does not want the WhatsApp business platform to be like a spammy platform. A lot of these platforms are now becoming like spam platforms, and Meta wants to take control on how much marketing messages the end person receives, and hence they have introduced marketing. Right? I'll take you more in detail. And lastly, we have the WhatsApp calling feature, which Meta went live in July. So Proximus Global as well has gone live with certain calling features, and you can bring it into your live agent systems. So we have live agent systems of where the end user can chat with the brand, but now with chat, you can also speak to the end user using the WhatsApp calling functionality. So I'll give you an overview of all this during the next 15 minutes. And then we can hear from our speakers as well as to how things have changed in their industries. Okay. With regards to Proximus Global, so initially, we Root Mobile was a BSP with Meta, and we were the leaders in the CPaaS solution. So when it comes to WhatsApp, Messenger, Instagram, digital identity, a lot of these products were we were leaders in these products from Root Mobile. However, there was a merger that took place last year in May, where three companies merged to become and be called Proximus Global. Root Mobile is a CPaaS solution player where we have all these omni-channel platforms, especially in APAC region. Then we have the BIX part of the world, or BIX part of the company, where they basically involve or basically have connections with telecom communications. So this company is based in Brussels. They basically are into a lot of these mobility and global communication operators. Then we have the TeleSign business, where they the digital identity, and that's why it covers the protect part of the business. So a lot of these digital identity fraud cases that happen, you can block these kind of fraud cases that happen using the digital identity solution that TeleSign has. So if you look at it as a whole, Root Mobile does the engage part of the business, Bix does the connect part of the business, connecting the operators, and TeleSign does the protect part of the business. We have a lot, we have almost 5 billion plus subscribers. We do billions of transactions a year. We also reach 1,000 plus destinations. So we are a global company because Root Mobile is more Indian originated, Bix is more US and European region dominated, and TeleSign is a global company again. So bring all this together, I think we have a very global stand right now when it comes to all these different products, not only CPaaS, but also the digital identity and the global communications part of it. So Proximus Global got created, I think, in last May. So from then on, we are basically going by Proximus Global. Although Root Mobile is the main BSP or the main BSP with Meta, and we all come under that BSP handle right now. Yeah. So now we look at the overview of messaging channels. In APAC, we have 70% of our consumers are interacting with messaging apps. I think while talking, I'm sure some of you all are looking at come from brands, interacting with some people on WhatsApp. So I think WhatsApp is the next big channel that is going to overtake SMS, because SMS is dying off with the features that uh, has multi when it comes to or having it more personalized. I think there was a poll that happened at the beginning of the session where I think Angel asked, how many of you feel that a message could be an automated message could be personalized? And I think I saw the answer was no. I think for more, 56% of people said no. But I don't agree. Me working with WhatsApp for the last years and seeing how it has enhanced and grown and personalized. I think if you look at the messages, especially back in India, which is also going back to is going to be global very soon, is you automated messages can be personalized with the features Meta has rolled out recently. So you have a lot of personalization happening, AI bots that are happening. So keeping that in mind, I'm sure after a year, if I give this webinar, that percentage will change even for the regions decide. So I'm quite confident about it of having personalized messages. So looking at that, I think we know OTT channels are the next communication hub for consumers and brands. That's how you see these percentages also. You see 70, 65. All are Meta related percentages, which Meta has come up and done studies with Bain and Company. And it's almost 70-80% of our customers are using these OTT channels. So there is a demand in market. The customer experience will improve if you explore the different features that Meta has, your customization plus with AI coming into the picture. We have AI personalized bots created as well. I think if you have any questions, please put it in the chat. We can take it at the end. And I think Angel will take up a Q&A session separately, and we can take up all the questions at that. Market trend. Now, growing adoption of WhatsApp business across the APAC region. I think this slide is self-explanatory. With the number of people, the number of users, especially Indonesia, we have more than 100 million, 112 million users on WhatsApp. Even in Asia, Singapore, Australia, Philippines, I think all these regions, it goes without saying that WhatsApp adoption has increased over the last 2 to 3 years. Meta WhatsApp business platform is doing their best to have that push by different brands. I think Meta also gives a lot of alpha programs out. If a big brand wants to do a specific use case, or they want to do a specific feature which Meta is willing to support them, there are alpha programs that Meta releases, and we as a BSP can participate in different alpha programs with Meta and try and drive that region's use cases, especially like in India, our entire ticketing. So we have the Delhi Metro, Mumbai Metro, Hyderabad Metro. All of these metros involved, they wanted to do the ticket booking on WhatsApp. And we were the early players for payments in India. So Root Mobile was one of the first first player to have WhatsApp ticketing on, the metro ticketing on WhatsApp. And we were part of an alpha program with them because they had not rolled out payments. So being a premier partner with Meta and having access to have these alpha programs becomes a lot more important when you have use space for a particular help the OTT channel grow. So regions as well, we can have Meta support to have these regions grow from this 1 million to, I think, a much more in the near future. Similarly, I think with different verticals, we have e-commerce, retail, BFSI. I think all of these verticals today are using WhatsApp in some way or the other, but enhance the experience or make the experience more personalized is something that we are all wanting to do. So like you want a better click-through ratio or you want a better lead ratio. How can you do that is something where Proximus Global, Meta, we all can come together and help you work towards having a better customer experience in any of these industries, e-commerce, retail, BFSI. Need not restrain to only these industries. If there are people from different industries on this call, we would be happy to have a chat as to understand how to adopt these the WhatsApp business platform for your particular brand. Yeah. So I think so introducing the WhatsApp business platform, we know the engagement is very, very high for APAC region and globally. We have connection, Meta has connection to about 175 million people messaging a business every day. So I think these stats are well known, are published on Meta's platform as well. So yeah, so this is quite self-explanatory. I'll not deep dive. Yeah, so these are some of the key features which Meta has rolled out, which helps enhance your experience with the brand. We have the CTWA, which is your click to WhatsApp ad. So Meta is moving from making this channel a very spammy channel to having the entire journey, a customer journey from the lead to the end journey of where the customer buys the product or it's basically a closure. So for the entry or for the discovery stage, they introduced the CTWA, which is called Click to WhatsApp. And all on Meta's ad platforms, you have all the ads which a brand can do, and from that ad you can redirect to WhatsApp. So that's called CTW, which is click to WhatsApp. Then we have the in-chat browser, which is also called as WebView. So any link that opens up any link within WhatsApp, if you want to open it, currently it goes outside the browser, but Meta is releasing a feature in January where any link will open up within the chat, within your chat. This is the chat browser, and within WhatsApp, it opens up and it takes you back to WhatsApp. So there is no need to have the link opening outside WhatsApp. Then there are WhatsApp flows. This is something which a lot of brands incorporate their chatbot experience. So you can fill a form, you can do an appointment booking. All those flows are predefined, and you can have it enabled within WhatsApp. Payments, I think I've taken you through it already. India is, we as a BSP are very strong in payments in India. We have ticket booking, all metro ticketing. A lot of other brands are incorporating payments. The main have a smooth experience on one channel rather different channels for payments, interaction on WhatsApp. So to have a seamless experience, payments is something that Meta has introduced so that it doesn't cut the end user experience. Light and voice, I will take you through the next slide since the focus here would be Light and voice. Yeah, so Light. So how does this marketing message light? So Meta is also rephrasing or recalling marketing light messages to marketing messages API. They have released this new name. So from marketing light, it is also going to be called as marketing messages API. This marketing messages API is mainly to focus or to reach out to the right set of users. Now, what is the difference between a normal marketing message and a marketing light message? When you send a marketing message on WhatsApp, Meta, I'm sure all of you all know, have introduced the frequency capping. So you can't reach out to the end user if they have received already too many marketing messages or the brand has already done a marketing message to them. So they limit the number of marketing messages to the end user, also known as frequency capping. The normal marketing messages limits the number of messages, whereas the marketing light message, they don't look at frequency capping first. They look at who are the end users that interact with your brand. So there will be some kind of study or ad platform data that Meta has, and they say, okay, out of your 100 users that you're doing your campaign, 50 users are already interacting with your brand. So they make sure that those 50 messages are delivered to the end user. And for the remaining that they cannot tell, then they apply the frequency capping. So although your delivery ratio more or less lies around the same percentage as your marketing messages, or it can even go up eventually, um, the marketing light messages reaches the people who are actually interacting with your brand, and hence your ROI increases. Hence, Meta is focusing to move towards this marketing light messages rather than the normal marketing messages. Very soon, Meta will also stop the normal marketing messages. Hence, I would suggest everybody on call, whoever is here and are having marketing campaigns, please do try using the marketing light message and see how your ROI increases. Obviously, it will not increase immediately. Like if you do a marketing light campaign today, it may not really increase immediately. It will happen over time. I think I already covered the key benefits. MM Lite message versus a normal marketing messages. It's not a big change in code or change in development or integrations. It's a different API call, which we can explain offline to each brand that wants to do a marketing light message. Yeah, so I think this is the journey I was telling you about. Discovery stage. When you have discovery where your ads platform come in, then you have your awareness, which is your marketing. For marketing, I would suggest please start using the marketing light messages. It will give you a better benefit in the long run. Immediate benefit you may not see, but yes, in the long run. And then you have the re-engagement, post-purchase, purchase, all of these kind of journeys is what Meta is asking us as a brand or you as a brand to incorporate all these journeys within WhatsApp. So it's a seamless experience right from the discovery stage to the post-purchase stage. Now, MM Lite API versus Cloud API. What is the difference? If you see the MM Lite API, it has optimized marketing message. When I mean optimized, it is basically reaching out to the right set of users. And that's why they term it as optimized marketing messages, whereas the Cloud API is your normal messages, which goes via marketing authentication, utility, or service. Delivery optimization, nothing is there. It's plain frequency capping. Whereas here you have the delivery. Meta has seen all the brands that are using MM for a span of 3 months. They are seeing almost a 9% increase in delivery ratio. TTL, time to live. So on a normal marketing message, you cannot apply TTL, which is your time to live. If you want a message to die after, say, 12 hours, the offer is invalid after 12 hours, and you want the message to be dropped after 12 hours, you can apply TTL only to marketing light messages, not the Cloud API. So a lot of new features that are being rolled out on marketing are going to be allowed only on marketing light and not on the Cloud API. So that's with regards to MM Lite. Now I'll move on to voice, keeping in mind the time that we have. So in voice, Meta did the voice calling functionality within your chat experience, and they have seen that more than 60% users call businesses during the purchase cycle. So it to be done fast, to be attended fast, so that they can make a quick decision in experience. So currently everything is on chat experience, your chat, all your bots are WhatsApp chat only. So with voice, they have seen the turnaround or the solution particular customer service kit has reduced after introduce the voice calling. Hence, Meta is trying to push with voice. Will also have video, audio, video, only audio, but video is also rolling where you have your KY authentication, all of those and using a calling functionality, either or video. So there are two. Sorry. Yeah. So that you can initiate a call or you can have an inbound call and an outbound call, both done via an API call. All these calls currently don't use any operators. They are currently on Meta's WebRTC. So there's no latency, there is no operator involvement, nothing. It's all done on the internet, and your call can be patched using the WebRTC. So we as Proximus Global have created like a SIP platform on top of our WhatsApp business platform. So all the calls connectivity that happens, it happens on the SIP platform, on our SIP platform, and on our live agent platform. So there are three ways where you can send the call you as a brand. So there is a new template and a new session message which Meta has introduced where you have a call now button. This is different from the CTA button that we have. This is a voice calling button. So the moment this call button goes out, you can call the end user, and the end user can call the brand. So incoming calls, you don't have to take any permissions. However, if the brand is calling the end user, there is a permission involved, which I will take you through. Yeah. So these are some of the use cases where some of the brands have incorporated the voice calling functionality, like for onboarding, account setup, phone advice, fraud alerts, security. So these are some of the use cases where we have seen customers asking for voice functionality, and I think we have provided. Although if you have a voice platform, yes, that is a solution which you can provide. But how WhatsApp can also be sold is something that we can see to enhance the experience of the end user. Entry points and call controls. So this is the user initiated. The user is calling the brand. They can either use the call button here or they can send a session message to ask for the end user to call. So these are the two entry points where the brand, where the end user can call the brand. However, for business initiated, you first have to take a permission. So the brand first will need to send the message, can Spruce call you? And then there are options of temporarily allow calls or not allow. And there is also another option which is involved, which is called always allow. So now you will see three options because Meta has enhanced this feature at their end as well. So when you take a permission for the brand to the end user, there are three options. And the moment you select an option, if you say allow, then the brand will be able to call you. And if you say don't allow, the brand will not be able to call you further. So these are some of the permissions that the business needs to ask before doing the call. So two specific use cases where WhatsApp calling has worked very, very well is bank in Brazil, use case, which is doing very, very well. And in almost increase in the loans that they implemented this WhatsApp calling. So chat or live agent use cases, which was but after incorporating calling, they have closed much more deals for loans and financial services. So calling does have more effective user engagement, better quality of conversations happen on a voice call rather than chat. And hence, Meta is shifting focus from messaging to also voice calling. And even in messaging, they are not only focusing on marketing use cases, they want a lot of utility use cases to be enabled, which is more transactional in nature, so that WhatsApp as a platform doesn't be known as a marketing platform, whereas it's known as a more interactive and utility use case platform. This is our live agent panel where if I as a live agent are logged in and a brand is calling me, then they can pick up the call from this panel itself and the call gets patched. So this is a live agent experience which we have at our end. And if anybody wants to experience it, we can have a separate demo that we can do to have this enabled. Yeah, I think this is a case study which I've already taken you through, and this is a hospital case study. So in India, we have a chain of hospitals called as Fortis Hospitals. They have about 12 to 15 live agents with us. So, and the live agents were basically doing a chat. Okay, this is your booking, this is your appointment, all of that. And now they have moved from chatting to voice calling. So all of their appointment bookings, although it goes on WhatsApp via message as well, but if people wants to know some advice, doctor's advice, all of those things happen via a phone call now. So the experience is very seamless. It is now moving. The shift is moving from a very general experience to a more personalized and customized experience depending on the use case that we have. Yeah, so I think that's quite a bit of information to digest. But yeah, I think I'll hand it over to Angel and we can take questions regarding this session after the panel discussion. So Angel, over to you.
Thank you so much, Jeanette. That surely sets the stage for today's discussion. And of course, you're right. It's definitely exciting to see how one on one conversations are redefining the future of customer journey. So, if you have, again, questions for Jeanette, you just need to drop it in our questions or Q&A chat box below, and Jeanette will answer them towards the end of the program. A copy of Jeanette's presentation will also be available after the webinar. So, make sure to stick around until then. Thank you so much again, Jeanette. All right, we've covered some great insights so far, and we would love to keep this kind of energy going. So, Jeanette, I want you to stay with me for this part of the program and ask our audience once again through a poll. Everyone, what do you think keeps customers engaged with the brand through messaging? Is it timely, relevant updates? Is it feeling valued and understood? Exclusive offers or promotions? Fun, interactive experiences? So I'm curious how you guys feel about this one. How about you, Trinette? What do you think will be the majority of answers from our audience today?
It's quite difficult to tell.
We have the answers here, and the top answer is feeling valued and understood. That's so understandable.
Yeah, that's
So you are all understood. It looks like most of you agree on that one, sir, but many overlap on that one. So thank you again, everyone, for engaging on the poll. So that's definitely something worth unpacking. So, to explore this conversation further, let's now turn our focus on the panel discussion titled Conversations That Convert: How Messaging Builds Real Customer Relationships, to be moderated by none other than, again, Trinette. This session will dive deep into how ongoing, authentic, and relatable messaging helps brands guide customers from awareness to long term advocacy. So, we have this panel discussion. Very exciting for this. So take it away, Jeanette.
Thank you, Angel. So I think let's start with, you all have heard a lot about conversation. So now let's start, lovely panelists. So I'll start with Leong, analyst for the morning. She's the regional marketing director at Faber-Castell. She's currently based in Malaysia. Ivy has built nearly 3 decades of expertise in sales, trade, marketing, retail, and brand management, spearheading brand growth and market expansion through strategic insight and commercial experience. Say hi, the audience.
Hi, good morning, everyone. So I'm Ivy Leong. I'm happy joining this session.
Hi.
Yeah, thank
so
you.
I think a small about Ivy. I think such a huge, such a good experience. I think from 15 kgs to I think 15 countries. Incredible journey that I had in this industry. Ivy began her career as a promoter for Cow. Did I pronounce that correctly, Ivy?
Yes,
Cow.
you're right. You're right.
Where she frequently carried and displayed 15 kgs of detergent. So I think with that 15 kgs of detergent to 15 countries, APAC countries, I think she's come a long way.
Thank you.
Our next panelist is Rosabel Garcia. She's the head of marketing and commercial at Hertz Philippines. Rosabel started her career as a software engineer before moving into marketing. I think that's an incredible change that Rosabel has had from a software engineer into marketing. With 3 to 4 years in the car rental industry, she's now focused on becoming a thought leader in travel and transportation. Rosabel, do you want to say to say hi to the audience?
Hi, everyone. Good morning. How are y'all doing?
Good morning. Do you want to say what a small fun fact about yourself, Rosabel?
Yeah, probably it's connected to the introduction that you did for me. So it's very odd that I started my career as a software engineer in one of the BPOs in the Philippines. My first job was creating dashboards via Oracle Business Intelligence and SAP PI for Australian and Singaporean government agencies. And now I'm reviewing dashboards for content creations and online and offline brand activations.
Okay, welcome to the panel, Rosabel. And finally, I think our last panelist is Shalini Senevijatne. I hope I pronounced your name right, Shalini. She's joining us from Singapore. She's the marketing director at Kimberly-Clark. Before that, Shalini spent nearly 2 decades leading global beauty and personal care brands at Unilever and is an award-winning marketer and business leader.
Hello, everyone. I think being a side effect of being Sri Lankan is you have these long last names that you can't really pronounce.
Yes.
So yes, it's Senaviratna. You got it nearly correct, Srinette. But wonderful to be here.
I think she's also been to 99 countries. Is that correct, Shalini?
That's right. That's right.
You've almost covered the entire globe, I think. Then.
No, only half. We nearly have 200 countries in the world, so just about half.
Okay. Okay, I think with that, we had a fair introduction list. So let's move on to hear from each one of them. So I think let's start with Ivy with our first question. Can you share the last time you messaged a brand online and what led you to reach out and how did it?
Probably I will share my experience, the latest experience that I have in terms of searching the right Chinese medicine for my small, trouble and my health. Okay, what happened is I put in all the symptoms that I have, I put it into the ChatGPT. And all the problem I put it in, then I ask whether a particular Chinese medicine is suitable for me. In terms of Chinese, we have a 5 element, yin, yang, and all these things, right? So in order to ascertain that particular medicine is suitable for me, I put in all. And the experience was good because it's really talking like humans. It's like advisor, to tell me whether it's suitable or not, and even analyze this is called yin or yang, hot or heat or whatsoever, right? So then I even helped me to analyze whether this particular herb is suitable for me or not, and I further asked about whether a particular brand is suitable. So and it helped me to analyze it and even offer me the different option. That's why, be very frank, I find that nowadays things become more easier with the AI. And I feel it is personalized for me because it's not an advertisement and also answer exactly what I want to know very fast. Yeah. So, and I feel higher trust because it's not an advertisement. Yeah. That is my experience with the last check. Yeah. On the message. Yeah.
That's a lovely experience. Maybe now, Rosabel, do you want to cover what you have felt?
Yeah, sure. I think my most recent experience was just last night, wherein I had to send both a message online and call my internet service provider because in the Philippines it's very usual to get your service interrupted. So I had no internet for 1 week. And it was
Oh my
quite an
God.
awful experience because I was transferred to different agents, not understanding my frustration and not giving me any resolution. But eventually, I did come upon a very, very good agent who talked to me very professionally and provided resolutions and ticket numbers last night. And I was able to get my internet returned. So I think from a quite bitter experience to eventually a very good experience with different agents, that's how a brand's conversation commerce happened to me just very, very recently.
Oh, that's like, I think I also had a similar experience regarding my DCHA that I just had to do. But yeah, I think a lot of brands are now shift focus from the normal traditional SMS to all these OTT channels.
Yeah.
So yeah. So Shalini?
So my recent experience was with a company or brand called Property Guru. I don't know, for the folks who are not based out of Singapore, it's basically an app where everybody lists all the properties for rent and for sale, and you that's the one-stop classifieds for properties. So you when you want to contact an agent, you go via the app and they connect you via WhatsApp. And I must say it was a very seamless process where I just clicked on contact the agent, and they put me in touch with the agent with one click. And even when I had kind of forgotten to reach out to the agent, it seems that on the back end, the agent also gets a message that I am inquiring about the property. So then sometimes the agent contacts you directly. So it was a pretty good experience, I must say.
Lovely. I think we've all witnessed, I think, how campaigns or how bots can spark interest. But what keeps that momentum going is the conversation that follows. So it's very important for the brand to have that follow-up conversation or the follow-up sessions either via the chat or via a WhatsApp call or any of the calling functionalities. So, and with every consistent touch point, those small exchanges start building something much bigger, which is called trust and I think advocacy. So I think let's start with you, Rosabelle. As an established car and Hertz blends global relatability with local service in the Philippines. So how do you leverage day-to-day customer interactions to transform satisfied consumers into advocates, particularly in a market where trusted personal recommendations are highly influential?
Yeah, for sure. Personal experience and word of mouth is very, very crucial to our business. You wouldn't share as a service provider, you would be for sure sharing your good experience and both bad experiences to both people online and people you meet personally. So for Hertz Philippines, we've learned that the real magic happens after the booking process. So while we know campaigns may generate awareness, it's the everyday conversations, the quick clarifications, calling our renters to identify what's the triggers of their bookings. It truly shape how the customers feel about us. So for Hertz Philippines, we actually have a reservations team dedicated in handling all of our conversation commerce. So they don't just book your car requirements. We try our best to build rapport and relationships with the people that we encounter daily. So every inquiry eventually become an opportunity to understand, as I've said, the trigger and the motivators of our renters. Like, is it a family trip? Is it a business visit? Probably your car is coding. In the Philippines, there's coding days, and then or you have to upgrade a car to a bigger car just because it's a last minute group activity. For us, we heavily rely on trusted recommendations. We are very, very active on Google reviews as well. And then of course, we give promotions codes to our renters who they can freely give to their friends for recommendations, so they can extend discounts to their peers as well. So when customers experience consistency, transparency, and I think genuine care on every touch points, for us it's chat, calls or our social media pages, emails, and everything that our reservations team or our conversation commerce team handles. So they start to see that we just not offer service, but we become a reliable partner on everyone's journey. So I believe that's when satisfaction turns into loyalty, and by the end of the line, or by the end of the day, the loyalty turns into advocacy. So I think to wrap it up for us, advocacy isn't asked for; it's earned through daily and meaningful conversations.
And I think how do we human voice? I think inspiration is not just about, also about how we communicating with empathy and helps brands connect at human level. What I want to ask you, Ivy, centuries of tradition, Faber has built a strong premium art and stage, right? How do you translate that authenticity into your voice, brand voice, to build, and how has this approach influenced perception of your brand or premium position in APAC markets?
Yeah, I was talking about this is a very good question because next year we are turning to 265 years old. Yeah, so it's really tradition, a long history company. So, but to answer your question, I think we can summarize into one very important words, that is consistency. Yeah, what it means. So I would say the first is the consistency in brand message. That is what we say. So we always stay true to our heritage by always grounding our message in the product quality, craftsmanship, and the trust. Okay, and we avoid overclaiming and exaggeration. Our tone is authentic, factual, and respectful to the consumer intelligence. Okay, and we also highlight what truly differentiated us, that is like superior performance, long-lasting quality, sustainability, and creative empowerment. Yeah, the second consistency is in the brand personality. That is how we say it. Just how I said what we say right now is how we say it. So our digital voice balances the serious craftsmanship with an inspiring, fun, and creative tone. So we always say that. And we make premium feel approachable. It's not intimidating, so that the brand stay relevant across the age and culture. And this personality appear across all digital touch points, whether it's a tutorial, social post, video, communication, community, all with the same, brand personality, very consistent. And the third consistency is in the visual and content delivery. That is how we show it. So all communication except basically we have a unified visual identity. So we have a standard video format, logo placement, always the top right, ending with the tagline, brand mark, typography, photography style, and all this. So we want to give consumer a very much on like, hey, this is Faber-Castell. So the experience, they instantly reinforce our premium clues. Yeah. So this is very consistent. Last but not least, is a very, very important consistency. That is build trust. Yeah, build trust. So what's build trust means that we always walk the talk. So for example, we keep saying that we are good in quality. We really deliver that. That is very, very important to us. So whatever we do, we have to make sure the quality is there, especially the product quality. We never feel the consumer, expectation. That's how we build the trust. But that is just a fundamental, but that is functional. In addition, we have the emotional come in. So emotional is very important. So we have to make consumer feel that, this is the brand that I feel proud of. Right? This is a brand that I want. This is a brand that I'm looking for. This is a brand that I love. This is a brand that I want to recommend to others. So they become our spokesperson as well. So that's why to summarize the answer of your question, I will use the word consistency. Yeah. Thanks, Trina.
Yeah. I think with consistency, I think let's ask Shalini. So Shalini, can you share some of the biggest challenges and opportunities in delivering personalized conversational experience at scale?
Yeah, sure. I think your question already has the answer of the biggest challenges and opportunities. I think personalization at scale for us is that big challenge, and it is also the opportunity, especially for a big brand like Huggies that's kind of trying to navigate in this very complicated category that's baby and childcare. Because parents do expect empathy and relevance, right? But what resonates with, let's say, a first-time mom in urban China doesn't really work for a parent in rural Brazil, for an example. So for a big brand that needs scale, this becomes a real challenge. But the scaling has to be done without also sounding robotic, right? And that is why it's tough, because all of our kind of chatbots lead us to a place where it's not really empathetic or relevant. So all of these amazing LLMs that we have today really help us, but for a brand like Huggies, trust really does matter. So getting that tone right, the cultural nuances right, becomes really critical. So for us, the real opportunity, I suppose, is in data-driven intimacy. Because messaging can give us those real-time signals, right? Whether it's through the questions that they ask us about diaper leaks or the feeding schedules or the sleeping struggles that they have. So if we respond in a responsible way, this data really gives us the opportunity to give really hyper-personalized journeys so that we can really tailor these tips, whether it's reminders or curated product bundles, really kind of hyper-personalized. And to be really honest, we're really at a very early stage of our journey. I can give you one example of something that we're trying to do. So we're experimenting with AI-powered chatbots that can recommend the perfect diaper size for a baby. Now, this sounds really super simple, right? But believe it or not, wearing the wrong size of diaper is one of the biggest reasons why diapers do leak. And if you look at how parents pick today, in every diaper pack, you have a sizing guide that's based on weight. 9 to 12 kgs, 16 to 20 kgs, something like that. So I have a 6-year-old who is 20 kgs. My best friend has a 2-year-old who's 21 kgs. So you can imagine the body shape and size difference between these two babies, right? Of course, my 6-year-old doesn't wear a diaper. But, the point is that just weight can be a very generic measure. So you have to take into account many different things. So we can very easily solve this pain point through a quick kind of conversational interaction based on baby photos that consumers can upload to us. And that helps build trust and reduce this frustration that parents have. So this is something that we are doing with the biggest parenting platform in Korea, which is called MomQ, where people can actually kind of upload these pictures and we will recommend the exact right size. So ultimately, personalization at scale isn't really about inserting a name in a message, right? Which we've seen many brands do. It's really about, for us, understanding the parent's context and being there with the right advice at the right moment. And especially important to us is the right tone of voice, which helps build trust.
I think I totally agree. I think I agree with all that you've said regarding diapers. Being a mother, I think that's one of the most important things, I think, at the very early stages. So I couldn't agree more. I think with all the three of you, I think Ivy, Rosabel, and you, Shalini. This is like the last question that I'll take, and maybe we can hear from either Shalini, Rosabel, or Ivy, whoever is ready to take it up. So looking ahead, how do you see messaging shaping the future of customer experience compared to traditional advertising or even social media? So anyone wants to go first? Shalini, maybe?
Yeah, okay, I can go first. I do think that messaging can redefine a consumer experience, especially in our category in baby and childcare, because it meets parents where they are in those moments that matter, right? Like I was saying. Traditional advertising is very broadcast, right? So you build awareness, and social media is a step up, of course, but that creates community, right? So these are both largely still one to many because it's still very much a broadcast way. Messaging kind of flips this dynamic, I feel. It's private, it's immediate, and it's deeply, deeply contextual, right? Because what you want to message a brand is not the same as what I want to message. So for an example, instead of a generic diaper ad, Imagine a parent messaging us at 2 o'clock in the morning about an overnight leak that she has had, right? And through a conversational flow, we can troubleshoot, recommend the right size, or even maybe one day enable like a one-click reorder, all in that same chat. And that's not just engagement, right? It's solving a real pain point, real time. And for us as a brand, it gives us really deeply rich insights to keep improving our product, our marketing offering. So I think looking ahead, I think messaging can become that backbone of conversational commerce, really moving even up from social commerce into a space of conversational commerce. I think it's where advice, trust, and transactions can converge almost, right? So parents don't want to navigate websites or wait on hold, like nobody wants to wait on hold, particularly parents. They want their answers and solutions really instantly in a tone of voice that feels human, right? In a way that feels understood. I think we were talking about that earlier. And yes, we can go to ChatGPT and, type up all our questions. But I feel like brands like Huggies, who've been here for generations, come with the legacy of trust and credibility that some of the chatbots, especially when it comes to babies, parents fear, right? Should I put all this information out there? So in short, I guess messaging can turn brands into almost responsive partners who are with you 24/7, solving problems that you encounter in real life. So I think this is where the future of messaging can get us to.
True, true. Rosabel, do you want to take that up as well?
Yeah, I think anchoring to Shalini's answer, I agree that advertisement is very broadcast and one too many. So messaging is our one-on-one exchanges, which can be the core of customer experience, which I think would also be more influential than traditional advertising or social media, because this messages creates relationships. It's very intimate. It's we meet the customers where they are. So for us, it's chat, calls, and more or less, these conversations wouldn't start without the trigger of the customer's end. So we know that they already have their attention. They already know probably what they want. So they're just in need of a more intimate or more deep dive, probably answering questions regarding the increase or clarifications about their bookings. So I think in the future, messaging just won't just complement advertising. It will and may become the new frontier of brand experience. So the brands that will win might be the ones who can combine convenience with human connection. So for us at Hertz, I think that's where we are heading, and that is our goal, to transform every message into a relationship building machine.
Got it. Ivy, the last and your last opinion about how brands are changing the customer experience or shaping the future.
Yeah, I think from the customer perspective, right? So messaging is basically transform the experience because it's very instant, personal, and meaningful. And instead of being interrupted by the ad, or we need to take a lot of time and resources to scroll all the social media, so I think I really enjoy being a consumer, be very frank, and I really feel that this will shape the future. And the best part is it can able to solve a lot of complicated things into a very instant, we can get all the answer. Yeah, it's not like in the past, we need to Google so many articles or so many things in order to come into the decision. So yeah, I believe this really transform the experience.
Thank you. Thank you. I think this has been a really, really insightful session. A big thank you to all the three of you, Ivy, Rosabel, and Shalini, for your amazing time and your insights that you have given across the different industries. Angel, I think I'll give it back to you, and we can have a closing Q&A session.
Yes. So thank you so much to the four of you for having a great conversation. So really had a great time listening to all of your answers to the questions. We will now proceed to our audience Q&A. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A chat box, and we'll do our best to go over your questions. But we have time constraints, so if our panelists wanted to answer some of our questions that we won't be able to answer live, please do so. But thank you so much for all of your participation this morning. So first, I would like to ask some questions from our audience, which were upvoted also. This is for Ivy. Ivy, I like to ask, with such a strong creative heritage, how does Faber-Castell continue to engage new customers and build long-term loyalty among artists, creators, and students?
Good question. Okay, probably I split the question into two parts. So you were saying that the first question is about the engaging new customer, right? So let me put it this way. Like the Chinese word saying that 不进则退. In other words, in English means that if you don't move forward, you will fall behind. As I mentioned just now, we are 265 years old company, right? So that's why continuous improvement to stay relevant is very, very important to us. So even though with the strong heritage, so we must evolve with the market dynamic, consumer expectation, and also the emerging creative trend. And we need to always stay sensitive, to the new behavior, pain point, and the motivation. So whether it's a student, hobbies, or professional creator, so we need to be sensitive of that. With that input, basically, when we do any innovation, it must become with the purpose. So we upgrade the formula, ergonomic material, and packaging whatsoever. So, but we have to make sure we remain meaningful to the consumer. So yeah, this is very important. So for example, we have this Simplex case, a children color pencil packaging. So we modern it, and we have this such packaging with the understand the pain point that consumer have because of paper box is easy to pack. That get torn. That's why we put into the plastic case that what consumer looking for. Yeah, it's very, very meaningful to them, and this product is doing well. And your second part of the question, you're talking about the building long-term loyalty, right? So I would say that is back to the consistency. The last consistency that I mentioned just now is a build trust. It starts from the product satisfaction. This is very, very important. Yeah. And also to create the emotional connection that I mentioned just now. Yeah. Make them feel proud that I want to use this product so that they will continue with us. Yeah. That is my answer to this question, Angel.
Thank you so much. That's really a good point that you have shared about consistency once again to build long-term loyalty. And now this next question is for Rosebell. Thank you so much, Ivy. So Rosebell, this is for you. Hertz is a global brand, but local customers have unique expectations. So how do you make your messaging feel distinctly Filipino without losing the global brand voice?
Yeah, so I think from our experience, we have noticed the different expectations from our foreign travelers and our local market. So just so you know, guys, we have a much more affordable brand, which is targeting our local travel market, which is Thrift the Philippines, where it's the same as Hertz Philippines, but more on an affordable pricing. So this is one way of personalizing our products and services to the local market. And then I believe we also leverage on the fact that Filipinos are known to be very welcoming. So we blend that with trust and reliability, being an international brand, and then we deliver authenticity and care of our Filipino customer and care to Filipino customers, which they are naturally looking for and which we naturally provide already. So this balance is what makes our messaging feel both globally consistent and distinctively localized.
Wow, that's authenticity and care. That's what we all need, feeling understood. Yeah. So thank you so much, Roosevelt. And now this is for Shalini. I want to ask. One of our attending wants to ask. Parents see a lot of short bursts of ads from baby brands. So how do you balance short-term campaigns with building long-term connections with parents?
Okay, so I think this is a really interesting question because baby and childcare is quite a unique category because the consumer life cycle is incredibly short. It's about 3 years that consumers are in this category using diapers. That means that we have we're talking to a constantly moving audience, right? 1/3 of our consumers are new moms, and we need to kind of start engaging with them even before they enter the category in their prenatal stages, when their needs are completely different from the parents of, let's say, active babies who make up 2/3 of the category. And then every year, 1/3 of the category moves out. They've exited the diaper category. So it's this constantly moving audience, which is quite unique to this category. But baby care is a very rich territory where many consumer pain points that gives us brands very many opportunities, right? But the challenge is, how do we stay focused on what drives the business without getting distracted by all the broader parenting and babyhood challenges? So it's really tempting to kind of jump in and help moms with all their problems, but we have to always remember that we are a diaper brand. So first and foremost, we need to deliver on being the best diaper out there. Otherwise, we kind of dilute our message and lose impact. So continuous engagement for us is really critical for our category and for us as market leaders in many of the countries we operate in. We're really the expert, and we act as a source of knowledge for the parents who are trying to navigate this very challenging time. So for an example, through platforms like Huggies Mums Club in Australia, we have nearly 90% of the new moms who sign up for this. So that's really rich first-party data. Then we have MomQ in Korea. We have a very direct line to parents, like I was explaining earlier. So these programs really give us all those rich insights, right? That gives us a really huge advantage, because as the market leader, parents come to us first, to a brand first, and that is very unique again in this category. And this data allows us to personalize conversations and support parents through every stage of their journey. But at the same time, we're kind of constantly innovating, right? So we want to deliver the new news of our new products to consumers whenever that happens. So that's why I think for us and many other baby care brands as well, you need short yet kind of consistent bursts. So you give the brand enough reach to build awareness and drive conversion of your innovation. But in that long term, you kind of have that constant communication with parents about their daily challenges. So the big learning for us is that in a category where the life cycle is very short, and within that short life cycle, the needs are very, very diverse. Continuous engagement isn't optional, it's almost essential, right? But it has to be balanced with those short bursts of new news. So you deliver your expertise, that excitement for your new product. So that's how we kind of stay relevant and build trust, but also drive business growth.
Yes, thank you so much. It's a constant connection and communication so that we will be able to know them and what they need. Thank you so much for that, Shalini. And now we have a lot of questions for Trinette, but sadly we just have to answer one. So I will be choosing the most votes here. So Trinette, this question is for you. Messaging apps seem to be the go-to channel for customer engagement now. What do you see as the next big shift in how brands should interact with their customers, and how can we ensure our conversational strategies stay adaptable?
I think, yeah, thank you, Angel. I think then the messaging apps becoming the next big thing after SMS. I think I've covered this as well. So SMS, the shift from SMS, you can already see it happening. You receive a lot less messages on SMS now rather than on WhatsApp. Your WhatsApp inbox is more full than your SMS inbox these days. So the shift is gradually happening, and it is with these apps itself, because a lot of features are being rolled out when it comes to payments, it comes to flows, it comes to chatbots, it comes to AI bots. All of these are possible on these messaging apps as compared to the traditional way of having it done. Hence, I think I think I can assure you completely that all these strategies on conversational platforms are being adapted by different brands already. So yeah, so this shift I've already been seeing, and it's going to impact the near future as well. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Shana, for that answer. So I know there's still a lot of unanswered questions here. So our panelists could just type your answer if you'd like to answer one of them, and be sure to continue to stay in touch. Thank you so much once again to all of our panelists and our audience for your questions, because this has been an incredibly insightful discussion on how messaging today and in the years ahead can build genuine long term relationships between brands and their customers. So, once again, thank you very much to our speakers who have joined us today, Ivy, Rosebel, Shalini, and Shinette. We are very glad for your presence with us this day. So we've heard so many valuable perspectives today, and one thing to note is how messaging-led engagement challenges us to rethink the way we communicate. It's by moving beyond one-way marketing to authentic, two-way conversations that truly connect with customers. And with that, we conclude today's program for messaging-led engagement, the new frontline of customer experience. Once again, thank you to all of you and to our amazing speakers for sharing their expertise and those who join us for this webinar. We also want to give a special thanks to our partner, Proximus Global, for making today's event possible. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Angel. I am your host. So stay connected, stay curious, and we hope to see you all again at our next event. Stay safe, everyone.